Now let's talk a little bit about Xorg. Because some people are kind of annoyed by Xorg being removed, and I get that. Now, if you need Xorg for a certain feature, I get it. I have some things in my workflow that X does better than Wayland, so I understand why some people would not want X to go away, but a lot of people can just use Wayland these days. It has gotten a ton better over the years. But also it's important to talk about Xorg itself and X11, because a lot of people don't know just how old Xorg and X11 is and how much technical debt and cruft is inside of it. Because for those who don't know, the Xorg project of creating this display server, that was started in 1984. And the X11 version, which we're still on X11, by the way. This is the version in between X1 and X2 and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They got to X11 and then decided to just stop. So X11 has been the same version, like the same base version, not the same like every version, because they've been making maintenance updates and stuff, but the same base version of the protocol since 1987. 38 years old and 4 years older than the existence of Linux. The way you've developed things in the 80s and the way you develop things now, pretty different. There's a lot of stuff that's changed. There's a joke about how when it comes to computers or it becomes to technology and software, like 10 years is like a century in the real world. But when you have almost half a century in the tech world and the software world, I wonder how long that is. Now, you may have heard of a new fork that's being made called X Libre or X Libre. And this is a fork of X11. And while it's interesting, it's a lot more complicated than people are making it out to be. X Libre so far looks to be developed by one person, and that's far from sustainable. Xorg is so complicated and has so much technical debt that the current team, and basically every team for the past 20 years, have wanted to push effort to get away from Xorg, and that's really where Wayland comes from. That's why it exists in the first place. So it's not going to be just a drop-in replacement in terms of like you're going to be able to use this maybe someday. It could be. Maybe someday with enough work on it, it would be. But by then, maybe Wayland would be perfect for everybody. Who knows? There's no way to know. We'll have to wait and see on that sort of thing. But ultimately, we are kind of at that stage where Wayland is the inevitable, and the inevitable is here. So hopefully, when Ubuntu and GNOME and Wayland do the snap, it doesn't break half of the computers. So bad.